This lovely patron wants me to make a horror version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Of course, this has absolutely been memed to death and done before here online, but I like telling a good story, so grab a snack. We would open with Grandpa Joe essentially telling Charlie about his time at the Willy Wonka factory. How Willy Wonka found him in the 1910s as a little street child, took him in, and essentially made him his right hand. How he worked at the factory through both world wars, and how Willy Wonka even worked with the federal government making things for them during wartime. Because, let's be honest, a meal that never runs out or something that tastes like Thanksgiving dinner would be excellent for soldier morale when you're fighting in the trenches. After the Second World War, however, there was an incident at the factory that caused Willy Wonka to not only be investigated by the government, but for the factory to get shut down. And now, it's over 30 years later, Grandpa Joe is an 80-year-old man, and we are in the 1970s. I'd have it be revealed that the town itself put all its economic prospects within the factory, and it's resulted in the town now being pretty dilapidated, mostly abandoned. However, the Puckett family are kind of stuck there due to the fact that they don't have any money, and it would be revealed through Charlie's parents that Grandpa Joe was offered a large amount of money to keep his silence about what happened at the factory, and Grandpa Joe refused to take it. So there's some animosity between the parents and Grandpa. Charlie has a paper out, and through that we learn that Grandpa Joe is the last surviving worker of Willy Wonka. And despite him openly telling about the crazy things that happened to Charlie, he's never gone out and told anyone else. While Charlie is walking home one day, he sees smoke coming out of the stacks from the factory. He goes and tells Grandpa Joe, and both of them are shocked to hear Willy Wonka's voice over the radio. Him announcing his golden ticket competition, and Grandpa Joe telling Charlie to not enter it. But at the mention of a cash prize, Charlie's parents say maybe you should. I'd have it that Charlie does not really want to enter the competition. However, when he wakes up one day, he finds a chocolate bar on his front step, and in it has a golden ticket. And there's a small note that says, "For Joey." However, this contest is strictly for children, also bring their families, and when he shows Grandpa Joe and his parents say, well, maybe Willy Wonka wants to make amends. Also, with that cash prize, we wouldn't have to be in, poor. Essentially, they guilt trip both Charlie and Grandpa Joe to go to the factory. Charlie's mother even saying maybe it's Willy Wonka's son and he wants to make amends for his father's wrongdoings, to which Grandpa Joe says Willy Wonka had no children of his own. They go to the factory to where they meet the other families. Willy Wonka comes out, and to Grandpa Joe's horror, he has not aged at all. Everyone else assumes that this must be Willy Wonka's son, but Grandpa Joe tells Charlie no, that's him. When they get into the factory, Willy Wonka goes in this whole spiel, and Grandpa Joe notes how the factory has completely changed. It used to be a very standardized sort of factory, and now there's all of this whimsical stuff embedded into it. When they enter the room that is full of confections, Grandpa Joe tells Charlie do not eat anything. I'd have it that Augustus Gloop is the first one to really start eating, and then everyone else kind of follows, picking up a thing or two. But Augustus goes from just childish curiosity tasting all these treats to mindless, ravenous, feral behavior, eventually falling into the chocolate river, and when he gets stuck in the pipe, he asphyxiates. His mother is screaming in terror, begging Willy Wonka to help, begging for any sort of help. Everyone is essentially staring on in horror. Some of them even try to get out, but they find that the wall is now smooth. The door isn't there. Eventually, with the pressure, they shoot Augustus Gloop's bodies out of the pipes, and Willy Wonka carries on with the tour while his mother, wails in the background. Charlie looks back to see a bunch of Oompa Loompas grab onto her and drag her off. I like the boat tunnel because it fits with the vibe. Next is the squirrel room, where a squirrel comes up and offers everyone a nut. And Veruca is the only one that takes it. Everyone is still in shock with what happened to Augustus, and when Veruca eats the nut, she begins to act strangely. She was kind of a brat, but now she's a full-on terror. Willy Wonka jokes how she's gone nutty, to which eventually in her tirade, she slips into the trash chute. Her father begins to plead with Willy Wonka, and Willy Wonka says, well, go grab her. It's not that deep. And Oompa Loompa leads him to the chute, and everyone's shock pushes him in, and they all watch and listen in horror as the furnace ignites and they're burned alive. At this point, the families are begging with Willy Wonka to let them go, begging to know why he is doing this. Willy Wonka doesn't answer any of them, and then they go into the experiment room. This is where it's revealed that Oompa Loompas are genetically modified. They aren't people from Loompa There are people who are being mutated. And I know this because they see Augustus's mother being mutated into one. Everyone begins freaking out, and Willy Wonka offers Violet a stick of gum, talking about how it tastes like a Thanksgiving meal. Violet does not want to eat the gum, but Mike TV and his dad begin to pressure her to just take it so they can get out of there. Violet's mother, of course, fires back. The parents begin to fight, and eventually one of the Oompa Loompas stomps on Violet's foot, and Willy Wonka just shoves the gum in her mouth. Upon tasting the gum, Violet begins to chew against her will, even stating how she can't stop. While talking, she ends up biting off her own tongue. She begins to clutch at her mother, to which her mother tries to get the gum out of her mouth, but her fingers are then bitten off by her daughter. Violet begins to grow big and grow blue, and she explodes. Everyone is horrified, and the TVs as well as the puppets have to be dragged out of the room by Oompa Loompas because they are in shock. They hear Violet's mother screaming until it is abruptly cut off, and then the door closes. Next is the television room, to which Willy Wonka goes on a whole spiel, and he turns to Charlie and says, "Don't worry, Joey. I know you're not used to TV." And then turns to Mike. Both Grandpa Joe and Charlie realizing that he thinks Charlie is Joe. I'd have it that when Mike TV goes into the whole transmutation thing, he comes out the other side, essentially a homunculus. He's all like fucked up, innards in the outers, like complete mush. And when his father begins to protest, Willy Wonka puts him in the tube too to join his son. They're both these blobs of flesh that the Oompa Loompas take out of the room. Next, I'd have Willy Wonka lead Grandpa Joe and Charlie into his office. He goes on a monologue about how hurt he was that Joey ratted him out. It being revealed that Grandpa Joe was the whistleblower of the initial incident that got the factory shut down, and it's one of the reasons why he did not take the hush money. Furthermore, that the incident itself was born of the government trying to find new ways to mind control people, and that now in the 1970s, the government is interested in that mind control work again, aka MK Ultra, which is a real thing our government did. It's fuck. And that is why Willy Wonka was allowed to open his factory. I'd have it revealed that nobody was selected at random, and in fact, all of the people selected had ties to those who originally got the factory shut down. Politicians, whistleblowers, workers in the media, all the high-profile people that led to the collapse of his empire, Willy Wonka has now brought their descendants to torture and kill. Along the way, gathering data on how effective his new mind control products work, making someone so ravenously hungry they disregard their own safety, literally exploding somebody, being able to transmit somebody through airways, and being able to make someone go crazy. He talks about how he hasn't worked out all the kinks, especially in regards to transferring someone through airways, but how all of this is useful data. He then asks Charlie, who he thinks is Joe, to join him in this pursuit and be his right-hand man again. I'd also have it be revealed that one of the reasons Grandpa Joe whistleblowed is because he himself felt guilty because he helped with some of the original's experiments, and him testifying got him immunity for some of the things he did in the factory. Of course, I'd have Charlie deny this. There's a whole chase with the Oompa Loompas, as well as some, misshapen creatures. I have that Charlie and Joe stumble upon a window that's too high for either of them to get by themselves, but Joe pushes Charlie up and out of it. Charlie falls to the ground and looks up and can hear the screams of his grandfather. I'd have it that Charlie runs out of the factory to where he sees a bunch of black vans and men in black. He watches as they storm the factory, and there's even more screaming and gunfire. Cut to Charlie and his parents at a table with some government agents where they are making Charlie and the parents sign a waiver. They are given a lot amount of money in order to keep quiet about what happened at the factory. Charlie and his parents move out, but as they're driving away, Charlie looks back and sees some smoke rising from the stack.